But what's going on with this show today, man?
That's what you tell them.
You guys have jumped out the gate swinging. And we even have started the show yet.
Nothing is swinging in here.
All right. Is that a pause?
Pause.
All right. Let's start off the show properly, man.
Get ready for combat. No escaping. Get ready for combat. Get ready for combat. No escaping. Dallas on the format. Get ready for combat. Get ready for combat.
Good to see you, gentlemen. Good to see all you gentlemen.
Wait, we gotta close our door.
Chill.
Internets, you are tuned in to the Combat Jack Show. Salutes, Numinati.
Internets.
We haven't said Numinati in a long time, have we?
It's alive and well, Numinati.
What's up, gentlemen? How y'all feeling?
What's going on, Combat?
Dallas Penn, man, your haircut, B.
Wow.
Yeah, tell us the science behind your haircut, man.
I'm just effing with a classic high-low right now.
That's very classic.
Very classic, like something that you do in your house, man.
You got the bugging out look, man.
Yeah.
School days.
Something that you just do in your crib, man.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Floby.
Yeah.
Did you in the process
Knaps. Shout out to Knaps.
Are they still around, Knaps?
Knaps.
Okay, I'm just talking some old Brooklyn shit, internet.
But is Knaps still around?
Probably not. Probably old faggots died of AIDS. Shout out to anyone dealing with that.
No
in their life.
homophobia.
No homophobia. I'm sorry. I apologize.
No homophobia.
No Terrence Dean.
I apologize because I do not like faggots, but I do fuck with homosexuals as friends.
Trisexuals.
You know.
Yeah, how do I even follow up with that?
I'm
man?
just saying we don't care for faggots, and a faggot has nothing to do with sexuality. A faggot is just somebody out there sneak dissing.
Disclaimer.
A faggot is just somebody out there doing shit that I don't like. All right.
So it has nothing to do with their sexuality.
It has nothing to do with sexuality. Faggots do
But what about
sucker shit.
what about the connotation about you know, saying some hateful words against a certain types of people?
See, that's what faggots do. Faggots try to bring other people in with them.
Faggerts.
Like, oh, he's dissing homosexual. Listen, I'm not saying anything bad about homosexuals, gays, lesbians, transgender people. I'm talking about faggots.
Bisexual people?
Bisexuals as well. Although I don't fuck with bisexuals.
Why not?
Because they just need to fucking choose a squad.
A squad.
You know what I mean? Just decide what you want to do.
You gotta tell the woman, the bisexual
You want to get the
woman.
finger in the culo or what?
You know what you tell the bisexual woman, DP?
Do that.
Either you suck dick or you don't.
You know, last week, man, the music industry lost a giant, Chris Lighty.
Legendary.
And, you know, apparently it's by suicide. So, you know, let's start off the show, man, with a moment of silence, man, like we usually do.
The fucked up thing about hip hop is like every week we're gonna have to be silent. Somebody in hip hop dies every single week.
Well, it seems like it's kind of slowed down a little bit. But like the Chris Lighty thing, man, is really, really serious.
The Chris Lighty thing is huge.
It's huge. I mean, I know you called me that day when the news broke, man, and you know, there's a lot of speculation, man. Like, you know, he was going through divorce, and financial issues, and I understand, you know, through my circles that he was really, really, really disappointed, man, when he didn't get that Def Jam nod, you know, to run Def Jam. You know, Joey IE is running Def Jam, and Chris Lighty has spent so many years, you know, as Violator and throughout, you know, that whole system, like really building up
and grooming artists to be in Gap
and
commercials
creating successes, man.
Yes, absolutely.
Creating successes, man. Some of the biggest deals ever, man. And I just started thinking about that, man, about how someone could, you know, on the outside accomplish so much, man, and then not really knowing what anybody's going through. And it just kind of really took me back through my journey in the industry, man, because in a sense, I could never understand what he went through, but I do understand the dark times that I went through. You know what I'm saying? I came in this game as a fan of the music. And I just wanted to be on some fanboy shit, and I just happened to have a law degree, so I was like, let me position myself where I'm close to the shit that I love. You know what I mean? I never came in the game, you know, seeking power. I mean, I wanted to get paid, but but I wasn't even basing my whole shit on being rich. I just wanted to do some shit that I loved.
Right.
You know what I mean? And, you know, it got to a point, man, where I was really good at what I was doing. And, you know, that success brings a lot more responsibility. And one thing I started realizing is that cats that I was bringing into the game under me, they everybody comes to something for a different reason, but they was really on that power shit. And not to judge anybody, because whatever drives you, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'll never forget, like my biggest blow in the industry.
Pause.
That's a pause?
That was a pause. That was a pause.
Was, you guys know.
Unless it wasn't a pause.
You know what? It could mean also when he was doing yayo.
I wasn't
below.
there. Yo, just
Could
listen.
be.
That could
Can
be a
y'all
drug
fucking
reference.
listen to,
Okay, I'm carry on.
to my story?
Okay.
I'm trying to keep it as real as I could possibly be.
Yes.
This is sincere. I'm
This is
listening.
very sincere.
I'm being honest. It's sincere. I'm listening.
So I'm raising a school of lawyers, and these cats are sharks. These guys are on power and shit. And I'm just lucky to be landing the clients that I'm landing. And I remember working with this cat from Brooklyn by the name of Jay-Z. And pushing Jay-Z for like 4 years and shopping him and knocking on doors and this and that and nothing, and just riding through that whole shit, man. Riding through the Patrick Moxie deal, riding through all these deals, man. What was the name of that label? What was the name of
Land Speed?
No, not Land Speed.
Fucky Bird?
Land Speed didn't even exist at the time.
Jacob.
I forget, man.
Silver Spoon on the nutsack?
Nah, stop, man. So we worked so hard, man, to get Jay, to create Reasonable Doubt, man. And I just remember, like, when the shit started to pop, you know what I'm saying? When the album went gold, that's when I lost him as a client. You know what I mean? And that shit hurt. I don't give a fuck what anybody says, B, but when your biggest client, even bigger than, we had no idea he would be to the point where he is right now.
Yeah.
But when I lost Jay-Z as a client, man, that shit felt like I felt like I fucked up.
Was that the first client you lost?
That was the first client that I lost that I felt mad at.
No, who was the first client
Because
you lost?
I don't.
Well, hold on for a
just
second. No,
listen
I mean
to
this is what we're talking about. We're
Right.
talking about heartbreak right here.
right. No, it's not. It's not even heartbreak.
I think it's heartbreak. I mean, you're in this industry, but you're really here because you love it, not because you're a vulture.
There's no. I'm in it because I don't. I'm not. The pressure is not motivating me because I wasn't operating under pressure. But when I finally developed a client that was noticeable and was successful, and I lost that shit hurt me. And so now I'm beating myself up. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, yo,
What did you not do? How did
I fuck it up? And Damon and I had a very heated relationship. Pause. In that,
Yes.
the motherfucker blamed me for everything. You know what I'm saying? And even though I didn't do anything wrong with that deal, it was like I was a fall guy. Because once Reasonable Doubt went gold and Priority wasn't paying them niggas was looking at me. But in reality, Jay-Z wasn't supposed to go gold. That's a whole different story. So now my niggas is looking at me like, yo, you fucked up our meal ticket because this nigga keeps climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing, and I'm walking with that weight. You know what I'm saying? And then the industry is not fun anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm still making money, running around with Puff, doing the Hamptons thing, the Rolexes, all that crazy shit.
You had much success after that moment.
But it wasn't fun. Because now it became a facade. It became how much money we could get, how much we could hustle and make those deals. It was like it became almost like a
You see, you remind me of the first chick that I ever loved.
pause.
This Filipino chick.
Hey,
You reminded me of the first chick I
I
ever
don't
loved.
remind
and-
you of no chick.
How is combat?
well, hold on for a second. I'm talking about the feeling. I'm talking about the feeling of losing that.
Hey, yo.
Y'all are real thirsty tonight.
What? No. What do you? How does he remind you of a chick that you used to love?
When you love this chick and then you find out that she's not fucking with you like that. And
Oh, you saying the industry?
yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant combat.
So now I'm walking
Relax.
around. Now I'm walking around like with this self-imposed L on my chest. You know what I'm saying? And the game is every day I'm going to my office. You know what I'm saying? And I got married. You know what I'm saying? So I got married to my beautiful wife, and then like within a year and a half, I had like we damn near had 2 kids. So now
Shotgun wedding.
that weight, you know what I'm saying, of being responsible, of being less selfish, you know what I'm saying, being accountable, you know what I'm saying, just
Being responsible,
still
yeah.
doing stupid shit and still trying to make sense of that, you know what I'm saying? And then so now I'm gaining weight, you know what I'm saying, just that personal, like physical gaining weight.
Get your
and
weight up.
still, no, not get your, yo,
Hold on,
do I
Premium,
have to
Premium,
shut
come on,
this
come on, Combat, come on,
motherfucker's-
Yo, honestly, be honest, with you, I feel like you got a fake polo on today right now. I don't know why, man. I want to check
So
on
anyway.
that polo. I want.
So anyway, so I'm carrying this weight, man, and then the niggas on my team now is looking at me like I'm weak. I'm saying, like you fucked up. Like 3 years go by, and like in the back of my mind, I'm like, yo, I fucked up that Jay-Z deal, and they're like, you fucked up that Jay-Z deal. So I noticed like little just subtleties, niggas really kind of playing me to the left and shit like that. But still, just trying to get to the next day. But that shit now seems like I'm on this cycle. How do I get to the next day? How do I get to the next day? When is this wait?
What motherfuckers in your team sniping you? Like, was there some sneak dissing shit going on?
And nah, it wasn't even sneak dissing. It was like, I was making the most money when we came together, but as time went by, niggas was making more money than me. Mm-hmm. And motherfuckers was letting me know. Mm-hmm. Like I wasn't carrying my weight. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it got to a point, I'm beefing with my wife at home. Mm-hmm. I'm beefing with niggas in the office. Mm-hmm. And I forget, man, that like the power's not driving me, but the power's driving these niggas. Mm-hmm. So at my lowest speed, I felt like at my weakest, like I never thought about suicide or even, contemplated it. Mm-hmm. But there was times that I thought about that shit. Mm-hmm. Like I was like, yo, when is that bus gonna hit me? Mm-hmm. When is this pain gonna go away? When is this? Because I'm trapped now. My whole daily life is based around some shit that I spent years creating. Mm-hmm. And now I'm trapped in the shit that I created.
And bigger than that, you can't control.
I can't control it. I can't control that shit.
Can you imagine what circled around Chris Lighty?
I can't, man.
The magnitude.
I can't. Like I said, I'm only talking.
I mean, we can imagine, and I think just my imagination is what makes that shit so heavy.
Right.
Someone who's created these magnificent opportunities for artists, and put these bridges together, and honestly, if you ever have a good idea, internets, have another one. Because people are gonna be looking at you sideways.
Amen.
When your shit still ain't popping, and that goes for artists. That goes for a football player who can't make a tackle anymore like he used to.
There's always something else, but when you're in that shit, that's all you see. That's your reality.
Well, it's hard to see what's next, and I think sometimes when it's time to kind of leave the spot that you kind of you've blown up, that you made your lane and made your name in, and look for that next spot. That's courageous and challenging and scary.
I guess I was fortunate, man, because I think the last straw is when niggas actually started trying to destroy my family. Like niggas really started to try to destroy my family. Like niggas was coming after my wife, B.
Oh, okay. I thought niggas tried to hand a joint to your son.
Nah, my sons were like, babies.
Yeah.
But I had to make
niggas
a choice.
Foul.
I had to make. I was like, yo, be like the pressure from outside is overwhelming, and then my internal pressure is crazy. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, the way to front in front of niggas every night, like I'm good, nigga. We making this money, blah 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 blah. It's like, who the fuck am I?
Yeah.
So at a certain point, man, I just pulled out, man. I just pulled out everything. I was like, I'm done with this shit. I don't give a fuck what's around that corner. Mm-hmm. And I guess I'm fortunate, man, because I always had a strong faith in my Buddhist practice. And my whole thing, like I remember when I used to date my wife before we got married, I used to ask her all types of philosophical questions, like if they dropped a neutron bomb and New York City was fucked up and everything that you owned was gone, what's your base? Mm-hmm. Like, what's your base? Like, I used to really, because I felt that I had a base. You know what I'm saying? I knew that I was going to be all right regardless, whatever the situation was.
Do you and your wife have an evacuation plan?
No, we don't have an evacuation plan.
Okay, me and Charlie Snowflake.
You have an evacuation plan?
We have an evacuation plan.
I might have to carpool with y'all.
No, we're not fucking with nobody.
Especially no niggas?
No, we're not fucking with nobody.
Nobody, okay.
Nobody.
But what I'm saying is, man, at my darkest moment, man, when I couldn't speak to my niggas, because I didn't have no more niggas. Mm-hmm. And when my wife was beefing, you know what I'm saying? Like I was looking like a loser at home. But I had to pull out. I had to find some other way to make some shit happen. Mm-hmm. And you might say it's courageous, but at the time, it wasn't even an act of courage. It was just me. Like, I'm done. The last thing I'm going to do is take myself out, so I might as well take myself out of this industry. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, and then that's when the good shit started happening, man. That's when I was like, fuck this. I'm not going to the office anymore. I was firing clients. You know what I'm saying? I heard clients was trying to snake me, and I would fire them first. I was getting joy out of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to fire you, nigga. Then I found the internet. Like, I found blogs where cats was talking disrespectful about these powerful motherfuckers that I was working with. Not per se, but I was like, oh, cats can do that?
Yeah.
Cats can have a voice and not be in this industry? Well, I can't even imagine how more powerful my voice would be because I am of the industry. I mean, the blog saved my life, B.
Yeah.
Like they saved my life. You know, like the internet saved my life. So all I gotta say, man, is like I don't know what anybody goes through, man, but you gotta have hope, B. You gotta have hope, and that shit sounds hokey and this and that, but you gotta have hope, because hope becomes belief, and a strong belief becomes your reality. Am I? You sign, man? Am I boring you?
No, you're not boring me. I'm just I'm concerned about you now.
Why are you concerned about me?
I'm gonna put you on suicide watch.
Nah, don't put me. I'm good. I'm gonna put you on suicide watch.
Nah, I'm good.
You could put him on suicide watch when he's happy.
When he's happy, right? I'm good, B.
Nah,
like I went. Through,
I'm sitting
like
here.
I went through my hell. And I'm sure there's many more hells that I got to go through. But what I'm saying is everybody's got to go through the fire, B.
Absolutely.
You can't be strong without that weight.
Absolutely.
And that weight is coming. You never know when that weight's coming to hit you. And I had to go and really recognize my weaknesses and embrace my weaknesses and really gain strength out of my weak. I had to know myself, B. I had to know that a nigga was not perfect, and the shit that made me weak was the shit that made me strong. You know what I'm saying? So when I left the industry, I realized I didn't have to be on that power shit. I'm good right now. Like, I got my voice. You know what I'm saying? I got you brothers around me. We got one of the greatest shows of all time, and I'll say that shit.
In Espanol.
In Espanol.
Los Internetos.
So I'm just saying, man, internets, you know what
You
I'm saying,
stand
man?
me?
I don't care how dark it gets, man. You gotta have hope, man. Gotta have hope, because when you alive, shit can change tomorrow. But when you dead, there's nothing, B.
In light of the Chris Lighty situation, right? What do you say to cats who, you know, have ambition to be in the music industry, whether it be an artist, executive, and so on and so forth, being that you was on that side? Because for me, Chris Lighty is somebody I looked up to. When I used to watch Video Music Box, that's who I saw going through, you know, his process, and then he became a mogul. You know what I mean? So the fact that he had 5 kids, you see the backstories, wife, and he just ended it. Like, you know what I mean? That's kind of discouraging, if not anything, you know?
Yo, you gotta know yourself, man. You, like I said, you gotta, before you start fronting, you gotta know your weaknesses, B. And you gotta be comfortable in your shit, B. You gotta be comfortable with who you are, because when you come, the game is nothing but smoke and mirrors. And it's very easy to be impressed by this motherfucker who got 10 million and this motherfucker got 50 million, and your whole, like, at the end of the day, you breathing like I'm breathing, B. You got the same. I remember sitting at this very high-powered executive's crib on New Year's Day.
Who was it?
Shut up.
Shut the fuck up,
Who
man.
was it?
Can you, yo, for real, Pete? Shut the fuck up.
Yo,
This
you
is-
being
this
on
is-
secret now? You being Ben Hameen now?
Yo,
You being Ben Hameen?
Ben, I mean, is extra
Fired.
secretive, though.
I'm sitting
How
at
you
this
gonna-
executive's
Okay, go ahead,
house,
go ahead, go ahead.
and it's all these other Uber cats around me, Uber professional, Uber, you know, cats that got
Thirsty.
acres. They got acres in New York, if that's even possible. So I'm like, yo, it's New Year's Day. I just made my, you know, my determinations for the next year. I'm gonna change this shit about me and this and that. We talking. So I'm talking to these niggas, and one cat was like, yo, you got a lot of shit to change. What the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm looking at this motherfucker like, you not trying to change nothing about yourself? He's like, no, I'm good. So I'm looking at these circle of jerks, man, like, yo, you motherfuckers think y'all are perfect? Because y'all got that check and the acres and the beautiful chicks and all of that shit. And I just realized, man, these motherfuckers, yeah, they were doing well physically. Yeah, they were doing well, you know what I'm saying, to the apparent eye. But these motherfuckers did not embrace themselves, B. Like internet, there's nothing wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? Embrace your weaknesses, man. Gain that strength, man. Because all that other shit, front like everything is all good, but that shit will kill you, B.
I think that's what killed Michael Clark Duncan.
Yo, R.I.P. to Michael Clark Duncan, man.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to him, man.
R.I.P. to
I mean,
Michael-
we don't know what killed him, though.
It's had a heart attack.
Yeah.
He had a heart attack, but we
Yeah.
don't, I mean, but you know,
but his heart might have been heavy from, you know,
see, now we conjecturizing.
A King Word of the
A
Day.
King word. Yep.
Excellent.
Conjecturizing.
Conjecturizing.
So
A King
anyway,
Word.
man, once again, man, we lost some great people this
Yes,
week, man.
yes.
You know, rest in power.
Yes,
Let's
indeed.
go to a music break. You tuned into the Combat Jack Show, www.pncradio.fm.
F your radio.
F
Cheers,
your radio.
Espanol.
And we got Cormega in the house.
Yep.
Let's not go to music break yet.
How do you say fuck
Let's
your
keep
radio in
talking.
Spanish?
Let's keep talking and keep talking and keep talking and keep talking and keep talking.
I'm about to turn the
Keep
mics off,
feeding
man.
him and
Internet's-
feeding you and feeding you.
Internet, you tuned into the Combat Jack Show. And yes, you were tuned into the Combat Jack Show, www.pncradio.fm.
The Combat Jack Show.
Exactly, featuring Dallas Penn.
You You're logged on
So
to the
I,
Combat
yo,
Jack Show.
I apologize, man, particularly to you, Pete, if I came off extra preachy on the last segment, man.
Oh no, Mo, you made a lot of good, valid points.
But
But you got fucking boring to me, to be honest with you.
Well, I apologize if I got boring to you, man.
happens.
But this situation really brought
It's
to light.
serious.
It's a
serious.
serious
But the
thing,
problem
man.
for me was I wanted to cut you off, and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because you were speaking. Because I really want someone to get a polo check on your shirt tonight. Because
this
I
is
really
official.
feel that's Bandulo.
Why do
And
you feel my shit is Bond?
I don't know why. I'm just looking
'Cause you
at it.
never saw these
Nah, the
colors before?
horse color really got me
The
thinking.
horse color, pink
Yeah.
and green.
Yeah, I don't know, it looks a little brown, and I need Justin Dallas to really get a thorough check on that. I feel
give
like
me a thorough check.
I feel like
I mean, I honestly, I like the shirt. I imagine it could be Bondulu,
It's not Bondulu.
but I like it. I like
no,
the.
fuck y'all for saying for even intimating that I got some Bondulu polo on.
I mean,
B.
listen,
What?
Boss
What?
Nod,
You never had Bondulu polo?
Yo, man, this is not Bondulu.
I could.
You want to come and check the tags?
I'm not. I'm
you
not.
want to come
I'm
and
not,
check the tags?
I'm
You wanna
trying to
do-
tell you
Yo,
that I
take
like
inspection.
the. I like the colorway on the shirt. Internets. It's
Take
it's
an
a
inspection.
it's
I
a.
thought the Bondulu polo was like.
Yo,
a
DP,
huge
check that for me,
polo.
please.
Okay, internets. Let me do a quick check right now.
Oh,
And y'all
ta-
talk. Y'all
taking
run
it
the
back
show.
to the taking it back
Tell
to high
me
school.
what Dallas is doing right now.
Dallas
Checking
is
tags.
checking a tag on Combat Jack's shirt.
Looking good. Looking good.
how's the stitching
Wait.
looking, dude?
I see the blue and white.
Hold on for a
Hold
second.
up.
Hold on for a second.
Oh, wait a minute, folks. This- you don't want to see what's going on in here today
Dallas,
right
you supposed to
now.
let him know you supposed
I'm
to.
official right now.
Looking good.
Am I official?
Internet's for.
I don't know if we can call that official, but we can call that something.
Wasn't he supposed to let him know that he was gonna do that?
I apologize,
Real
Combo.
polo.
I don't think there's
apologize.
any way to warn a man that you're going to do that right there.
Bitches.
The verdict
Let's
is
get
in.
on with the show, man.
Okay.
Give Just Blaze a round
Yes,
of
indeed.
applause.
Yes, indeed. Just
we got
Blaze.
the cheat code in here.
Yo, what can we say about Just Blaze other than like, yo, you starting to really bring police, like they starting to really track you, son. What you mean? Like the
Hold up,
French police jumping at you, police shutting down Fool's Gold because you get on the set.
Hold up. Yo, the detectives followed me in.
Wait
Yo.
a minute. What happened, B? I didn't catch this.
Yo, that was crazy. What happened? I was running a little late. I had to get my jet set on. Jumped on the helicopter to the Hamptons real quick. Spoke to A-Track. Everything was cool. Landed to a barrage of text messages like, "Yo, it's a little crazy over here." By the time I got there, the detectives was outside, and of all the time they could have
Following you.
No, they weren't following me, but they followed. Like they were there when I got
When
there.
you touch down, they recognize you.
I don't know. Whatever. This is what I do know is that they were outside, and as soon as I walked in, they came up right behind me, and
Pause.
Pause.
Well, whatever.
Yes.
And-
That's a valid pause, Pete.
It is.
All right, fine. But like as I was DJing, they just posted, and then I'm trying to get in my zone, get in my moment. I'm handling the crowd, and all of a sudden I turn around and all of my people are gone. The entire stage was vacated.
Wow.
So what happened was they came, they posted up for like 2 minutes. They just kind of investigated what was going on, and then they cleared off the stage. They cleared off all my people off the stage. I didn't have that many people on there. There were too many people on stage, but they just did like a mass exodus. Like it was one other person on the stage besides me. And then all of a sudden I look backstage, I look behind me, and the entire spot had been cleared out. And they basically just, it was like, I'm trying to think of a comparable movie scene where you just, the individual walks in and all of a sudden the crowd just goes like parts like the Red Sea. They just, as they approach people,
Malcolm
people,
X, maybe.
yeah, like that, like,
But the
Ten
DTs
Commandments
Yeah.
with Charlton Heston.
yeah.
Ten Commandments.
But people just,
Star
they-
Wars.
they didn't even have to, it was like the emperor walked in.
Yeah, the Emperor, yeah.
And everybody just, like, they didn't have to say anything. People just were like, oh, nobody.
Now, did Fool's Gold not have a permit for this?
No, it had nothing to do with that. But, I had a long discussion with Elaine afterwards, and it was basically like, yo, the movement is moving.
Yeah.
Pardon the cliche, but the movement is moving.
It's you've outgrown City Winery.
Yeah,
frankly.
City Winery is
You've
done.
outgrown
Right.
it.
You
You've
know,
outgrown
like, it was cool the first 2 years.
Right.
You had a little bit of hecticness at the door, but there was never anything like this.
Right. Yeah.
Like, you would have
It was
thought
pandemonium.
it was
Critical
insane.
mass.
And it's gotten bigger and bigger every year. And he was actually thinking about moving it. Here's the thing in the city: you either have a venue like City Winery that holds 3,000 or 4,000, and then you have something that holds 7,000 or 8,000 people on an outdoor tip. You know, Anything in between those two is more so in Brooklyn.
Right.
But you know that whole movement is very much downtown. Even though they're based in Brooklyn, Fool's Gold is based in Brooklyn. A lot of their audience is a downtown audience. So I'm like, yo, you might have to bite the bullet, and it's obvious you had just as many people inside as you did outside. Go for one of the spots that's like the 67,000 seater.
Yeah.
You know, and if it seats 7,000 and you get 6,000 in there, I mean, we had at least 5 something there that day.
Right.
Then you still look great.
you gotta grow and you'll grow into that spot in a couple of years.
Exactly.
Because a lot of the reason why I didn't go to Fool's Gold, well, my lady wanted to go to the beach, but after we came back, I was like, you know what, this is gonna be so nutburger. And,
it was crazy.
And you're just touching down, and I was like, you know what,
It's crazy.
It's gonna be crazy. So that kind of dissuaded me from falling through. But I mean, in a spot where y'all can grow into, maybe one of them water taxi beach spots.
Something like that, yeah.
You know?
And the other thing about it is, too, on City Winery's behalf, like, there was just nowhere near enough security. Like, there's one, if I remember correctly, it was like one dude at each entrance. When you have 4,000 or 5,000 people,
that crowd goes crazy. That's a force of nature.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened, though. You know, but they had one security dude with like 1,000 people who couldn't get in.
Yeah.
So they just started rushing the doors. What was the
Even
security gonna
hipsters
do?
get gully.
Yes, they do.
Yep.
Yo, let me interrupt this because I know we're about to get short on time. Let's go to a music break. We got Cormega in the building. You're tuned into the.
Let's go to
Combat Jack.
another Ben Hameen music break.
Ben Hameen, that was an awesome set. The
Yes.
first one,
Yeah.
the last one.
This one right here is gonna be so awesome.
You tuned into the Combat.
You know what
Jack
Ben Hameen
show?
is playing in this one right now?
What?
Stuff.
www.pncradio.fm.
F your radio.
F your radio.
F your
Internet.
radio.
F your radio.
F your
Illuminati. Yeah, you tuned into the Combat Jack show. www.pncradio.fm.
You are logged on.
You are logged on. And I'm proud to announce that we got Cormega in the booth. Can you hear us, Cormega?
Nah.
You can't hear us? You got the kill switch on the mic?
Okay.
Can you hear yourself, man?
Yes,
He's
sir.
on now. He's
Yo, man,
on.
welcome to the Combat Jack show, man.
It's appreciated. I'm glad to be here.
Now, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling kind of good right now.
Yeah. Condolences, man. Condolences. I understand, you know, with the passing of Chris Lighty.
Yeah.
You know, you had a relationship with him, man. So, and that's actually in a strange way how we connected.
Mm-hmm.
Because last week, man, I tweeted something that's to the effect about how rap was more fun when we was all broke.
Yes, sir.
I was reading about your background, man, and you're born and raised in Queensbridge, right?
No.
What's the story? Tell us the story.
Born and raised, born in Bed-Stuy.
You're a Brooklyn cat?
Yes, sir.
You're a Brooklyn cat?
I went to Queensbridge. I ended up at Queensbridge because there's a little bit more money than on Union Street.
Wait, you grew up on Union Street?
I'm born in Bed-Stuy.
Where on Union?
Ask Clark Kent about me. Clark Kent is on the next block.
Oh,
But
so you Crown Heights?
Yeah, between Utica and Schenectady. Ask Clark Kent about me.
Wow.
Yeah, I was getting money over there when I was little.
Wow. I didn't know you was a Brooklyn dude, man.
I'm a Brooklyn dude. Then I went to Queens because my cousins was out there, and there was a lot of money out there. So,
Right.
you know, I went out there instead of going to OT. And then I just started. Queensbridge was magnetic, you know,
Right.
back in the days. When I went out there, I was fascinated by
How old were you at when you was going out there, man?
I was going to Queensbridge since I was like 13.
13. Now I was
14.
I was listening to an interview of yours where you talk about how you accidentally fell into selling crack.
Yeah.
Like, tell us that story, man.
This was Crown Heights. I was
Yo,
on my
just
way
wait,
to school.
You knew he was a Brooklyn dude?
Yeah, I was just, let you do your thing.
I didn't know he was a Brooklyn dude.
Yeah.
We got people's in common, so I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, this cheat code.
So
man.
you was a shorty on your way to school.
I was about to go to school, and then I seen a bottle of crack on the floor, and I really didn't know what it was.
in the morning.
In the morning time. So there was a bottle of crack on the floor, and then a crackhead walked in the building and was like, "You got something?" And then instinctively, I just gave the crackhead what I just found on the floor,
Not knowing what you was doing, or
not knowing what I was doing, not knowing what I was going to get. And
Right.
then they gave me $10 and just left. And I was like, "What?" So that just turned on the on switch in my head. And then when I came back from school that day, I wanted to do that again.
you was hooked.
Yeah. And
Now-
my brother-in-law was kind of that dude in that area. So it was easy for me.
Yeah, and you thought that whole thing was easy.
Yeah.
Now let's go back a little bit, man, because something that sticks out about your past, man. You saw some horrific things, man, as a young child, man, and I'm talking particularly about the death of your mom at 4 years old, man.
Yeah.
What happened, man?
Yo,
Yo,
just
just
Well, the bottom line is, you know, a dude came in the crib and
this is in Brooklyn?
yeah, all this was Brooklyn. I was everything happened in Brooklyn. And then when we moved, my mom's got killed, and it was just me and my sister in the crib. And I'll never forget the gun. The dude had a gun, obviously, and I don't know what the situation was, but I know he pointed the gun at my mom's, and I think she tried to swing the gun out of his hand or whatever. I just remember it went off, and I just remember my mom's on the floor, and you know, I was too young to comprehend death. Me and my sister was too young.
How old was your sister?
My sister probably was 5.
Right.
Cause you know she had to be 5.
Right.
So we knew she was dead, but we didn't know she was dead. So we just closed our eyes. And I'll never forget the neighbor. The neighbor knocked on the door and was looking for my mom's, you know, because the neighbor was cool with my mother.
Right.
And then we was like, she's dead. So the neighbor was like thinking we bugging out, like, stop playing. And then we was like, she's dead. And the neighbor came in the crib, seen my mom's, and she went crazy. She called the cops. And then the rest is history, you know?
But at that age, man, do you remember how you felt, man? Like what was like?
I remember.
Because that's so huge
Yeah.
in my mind for like a 4-year-old, man.
I remember my mom's funeral and everything. And honestly, I never really cried about my mom's dying until I got older. Like, I cried about that more in the last 10 years than I did when it first happened. Because when you're young, I think we're indoctrinated into violence, even though we don't realize it. Like, you watch Bugs Bunny get clobbered over the head 1,000,000 times, or you watch the Roadrunner.
The anvil.
Yeah, so when you see death, like, every time something happens in the cartoon, that guy comes back, or you know, so I thought my mom was coming back. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't until, you know, as we started getting older and we comprehended what death was, that I realized my mom wasn't coming back. And, you know, that's when I started feeling it, you know. There's been times like I cried about it when I was older. I remember Foxy Brown was holding me one day. I was crying about my mom's, you know what I mean? And it's just deep. It's just deep.
So how'd you end up in QB, man?
I went to Queen. Let me tell you, the funny thing about Queensbridge is once I started getting familiar with hip hop a little bit, I heard a song called Marley Scratch, and I was fascinated.
That's an amazing song.
Ahead of its time.
Yeah.
MC Shan is one of the most unheralded rappers ever. Marley Scratch was ahead of his time with the beats, the rhymes, everything. I was blown away by that because around that time it was bubblegum rap, if you really take it back. So when I heard Marley Scratch, I was in awe of Shan.
Right.
I used to joke, you know how you joke, you snapping on your friends, like you got bummy gear, peasy hair, plus you on welfare, your mother robbed a liquor store, all she took was beer, like stupid shit like that.
Right.
We used to do stupid shit like that. So I used to come up with witty snaps.
You used to win.
Yeah,
Right.
but I didn't know I knew how to rap. So my cousin knew I knew how to rap.
Right.
So he was like, my cousin's gonna battle you. So he had me battling niggas in Queensbridge.
Any notable cats that you was
I won't
battling?
say no name.
Nah, you can say names. Come on, man.
I don't know. I don't know.
Nature.
Nah, Nature's my man. Nature never battled me back. Back in the days, I'm gonna keep it real. Ain't nobody want to battle me back in the days.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, boom. All right, so you beat Tragedy in a battle.
I ain't say that.
It's all love.
Me and Trav never battled. We was supposed to. That's the battle everybody in Queens wanted to see. Like if we battled, you'd have heard about it.
You beat Nas in a battle.
See this dude. You make a great lawyer. Combat Jack been trying to school you on the side. I see. So
Jungle.
Nah.
I'm gonna go down first of all, okay, then when Prodigy heard you, when y'all two, because I'm just skipping ahead now.
Just read Prodigy book. Prodigy talked about it. Prodigy said in his book something about he battled Nas and then he felt good. Then everybody's like, now you gotta battle Mega. Like then you'll know if you're nice.
Right.
Read Prodigy book. Like I was that dude. Like if I go in the time machine right now as Cormega, I wouldn't battle me. Like it was like that. Like I was,
because it was effortless at the time. You wasn't really trying to rap.
I didn't know how to write songs.
Right.
All I knew how to do was battle.
Right.
So now I'm a better writer, but back then I was a better battler. So trust me.
He's like that and one street baller that's just dunking on everybody.
Just raw.
Just dunking. But then it's like, okay, now we're going to put you in a game.
We got to get organized.
An organized game, and, we're going to play this kind of defense, but he can dunk on anybody.
So Mega, man, did you get to meet MC Shan?
I met Shan. I mean, I seen Shan. Things about a lot of raps from Queensbridge is down, like they walk amongst the people.
Right.
So I used to just see Shan, but I used to be in such, I didn't say nothing at first. But long story short, when I went to Queensbridge to chill for that summer, I went to my first real jam. And I didn't know what I was getting into. That shit was like something like scripted.
It was a movie.
It was a movie. Like
Who was throwing the jam, man?
Marley Marl.
Marley Marl.
So my first real jam, I got to see MC Shan and Craig G and Tragedy and Shantae and Biz Markie and Marley. So I'm like, oh my God. So I went back to school.
So you was hooked
I was hooked
on Queensbridge at this point.
After that, I went back to Brooklyn. I was rhyming and hustling at the same time, but I always go back to Queensbridge for the, just to absorb that shit. And plus it was mad fun out there. So how I ended up staying in Queensbridge, my cousin from Far Rockaway was real close to me. His name is Wade. That's the one who I used to live with in Linda Projects. Long story short, he died. And when he died, I was crushed, and my cousin Cormega was like, yo, just come out here, just come out here and let's just get money. And then I went out there about one time. All the work that I had with me in Brooklyn, I brought it to Queensbridge, and it went like this.
Like that.
So
business was better out in Queensbridge
exactly.
as well. They had more fiends out there.
It's the biggest project in
housing
America.
project in America, yeah.
So now you having fun and you making money.
Exactly.
And how old are you at the time?
I was getting money since I was 15. I was 15, 16. We think about getting our own apartment at 16. Dudes was having BMWs at 18, 17. Like we was, like, I got an old picture of me, my ex-girl sent me. I can show it to you. I wasn't even 18. Like, I didn't dress like dudes that had big chains. I had like an uptown mentality when it, like, niggas that really got money, they didn't have to be flashy. Like, we'll have a tiny chain, but it'll cost more than your shit because it's solid.
Now, where did that come from? Where did that aesthetic come from, man? Where do you think that came from?
I think that came from me being around older dudes. Like, my brother-in-law was from Fort Greene originally. So he was around thorough cats, and I learned from them. Like,
because Brooklyn had some thorough cats around that time.
One of my mentors, the dude I look up to right now, that's like my godfather, is Supreme Magnetic. And he's one of the most notable, respected G's there is.
Right.
Yeah, like first of all, like you understand, Just Blaze is a magic Negro, but the shit doesn't last for forever. You're gonna squeeze all the magic pixie dust out of Just Blaze on some fucking bird theme song?
He said, "Let me do this,"
because he wants to get activated.
Cormega was revealing everything about Queensbridge, Nas, Prodigy, the situation with the firm, it's pretty dope, man. Shout out to Cormega, that was pretty awesome. The behind the scenes stuff, which wasn't on air, was pretty amazing as well, but I won't talk about that.
The behind the scenes shit is always dope, man. But actually, Cormega almost didn't come today because of Chris Lighty's funeral. He was like, I don't want to seem like I'm showboating because of my relationship with Chris Lighty. So just him coming through, I think is great. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's a real dude. He came through. Whatever cats think of Cormega, I just enjoyed him being here.
It was dope, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of respect for Combat Jack. He's one of the premier bloggers. He's an intelligent black dude, and that's what I really respect because we got too much ignorance going on in the industry.
Too much, man.
So it was dope. It was definitely dope.
Now, thank you, B.
You already know.
The Combat Jack Show. What I would have called the internet show. All right? Because it's not really about me. Like, it's about combat.
It's the Combat Jack Show.
Right.
It's the Combat Jack Show featuring Combat Jack.
Pretty much. Another great show. But I mean, hold on for a second. Seriously though, I mean, the history that we continually bring to this podcast, the history of hip hop, from artistic creators musicians, graphic artists, industry professionals. Where are you going to get this information? Where are you going to get this content? Anywhere.
Nowhere.
And I cut my hair myself. All right? All right? Look at that.
What inspired that cut?
Go back, look at the back. Look at the back side. All right, Crazy, don't look at the back too tough. Don't look at the back too tough.
Take it back.
Don't look at the back too crazy, okay? It's crazy back.
I mean, I don't know. I just open up because, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes you talk in your comfort zone. I was in the comfort zone.
No, that's good, man. I mean, that's what we try to create, though, man. Like if you're not comfortable here, then you're not gonna be comfortable because it's like I was saying in the intro, B. It's stop fronting, man. Like there's nothing for us to front about. You know what I'm saying? Like we all are human beings. We all have our frailties. So let's talk about our experiences as we live them. You know what I mean?